Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
We now recall cause number 23 CR 2327, the state of Texas versus Ahmad Johnson. You're Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Present. Mr. Adams, your attorney and the state's attorney. All right. Earlier, you entered a plea of guilty to this third-degree felony of indecency with a child. And a pre-sentence report has been prepared and the parties had an opportunity to review it. Any corrections or changes to it?
Yes, there is one correction. And the correction is on the section that said that he had a pending case out of Louisiana. He informed me that he called and that case has been dismissed. Is that correct from what you told me?
Yes, sir.
That he no longer has a pending case in Louisiana.
Okay. I think, Mr. Johnson, you pleaded guilty on
Yes, sir.
June 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, you pleaded guilty to this third-degree felony of indecency with a child. A pre-sentence report has been prepared. The parties had an opportunity to review it. Any corrections or changes to it?
Just about that case in Louisiana, he's telling me it's been dismissed.
It won't be considered state?
As far as I'm aware, that it hasn't been dismissed, and if it has been, I need to check on that.
Well, it's a pending case, right?
Right.
Pending.
Well, and
You need to say it's
it
dismissed.
doesn't matter to this court. The presumption of innocence exists unless you're found guilty of a crime. You haven't been found guilty over there. Okay, so then all that is a pending case.
All right.
And the pre-sentence report then is made a part of the record for all purposes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Right, the agreement is whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 5 years in prison. So this is third-degree felony. We are looking at no less than 2 nor more than 5 years confinement in prison. And
Oh.
regular probation is not an option.
Not an option, only deferred probation.
Yeah, or deferred probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, one of the biggest things that I noticed in the PSI
You said time, so thank you. Go ahead.
is his rating for supervision being moderate, as well as he does not, at least from what I can see, have an extensive criminal history at all. He's a young guy, 23 years old. He did tell me if you give him probation, he will be able to work. And he's currently in a relationship right now with a young lady who's been helping him stay on the right and narrow. Judge, she's asking that you consider giving him the deferred adjudication of probation. He'll follow all the terms, and he also speaks for himself as well.
Yes, sir. My grandma, she being old, you know what I'm saying, and I was her help before I came to jail. And I learned from my mistake, you know what I'm saying, and I'm a better person than I was before. Lots of change probably. I'm ready to get back to my life and get back to working and get back to my relationship with this young lady who's been there for me. I understand what we was wrong and what never happened to me.
Yes. What did you do that was wrong?
I said I pulled my penis out.
Okay. Here's the pre-sentence report, okay? And under your version, the probation office writes, they tried to say I showed my penis. They said, show me yours and I'll show you mine. Defendant denies committing the offense.
I did it, Judge.
Why would you lie to the probation officer then?
It's just a moment thing.
Sir?
I was just in a little moment thing.
You said he was just in the moment at that time.
You want me to tell you what you said to them? Maybe you forgot.
I read it, Judge.
All right. When asked why you pleaded guilty to the offense, you told them, I'm ready to get out of here. A lot of things going on in my family I need to get back to. But see, look what I did. Those are little asterisks here, which means you're denying responsibility, which
I
you
did.
can't do. You don't deny responsibility and then the court accept the deal. I just won't do that. We'll let a jury decide where this should go. That's what happens when something like this happens. What state say?
Your Honor, he's currently on probation for reckless driving. He got 6 months deferred probation on that, and he currently has an MTRP warrant. I think if he can't make probation on a reckless driving,
That was in 2022.
right, but he has the active MTRP warrant now.
Oh, they filed an MTRP on it?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right.
And if he can't make that deferred probation, I don't know what the chances of his success on a felony sex offender probation would be. And he's been minimizing his involvement in this the entire time. So state is asking for the full 5 years.
Any response?
Yeah, the response, Judge, is that I understand he got caught to the moment and when he met the probation, but he's accepting responsibility today. And he doesn't have a long criminal history. I think that he's ready to tell you, Judge, if you just give him a shot, he's gonna do right. I mean, I'd rather you say it than me.
I will do right, Judge. And like I said, I'm sorry for what you know what I'm saying. I learned from my mistake, accept my responsibility for what I've done.
What's the status of the child now? Where's the child?
Where's the child,
Do you know?
With her father, I believe, Your Honor.
And I believe in the PSI, the dad didn't respond, but you could give any victim input.
How is the defendant? What relationship does the defendant have to the child?
He was living at the house, but he was not related to the child.
Mother, with the mother?
Yes.
The child's mother?
Yes, Your Honor.
I see. Okay. All right. What about this statement in the police court version that the victim stated that other girls in the house were getting it way worse?
I have no idea about that. I can't say anything about it.
You can't or you won't.
I cannot have nothing to say about that. That didn't
So
happen.
she just made that up.
Yes, that didn't happen.
Why do you think she would do that? Because you're the one that made up the first lie. Why are you calling her the liar? You got caught lying.
Well, that it didn't happen. I can own up to this. You know what I'm saying?
Just you're owning up to it. Like when you looked me in the eye during looked the probation officer in the eye on the pre-sentence report and said, you denied committing the offense. I'm just ready to get out of here. So that was a lie.
I wasn't looking a lady in the eye. I was looking for.
I don't care what. Okay, that's just a form of speech.
Yes,
when they're speaking to you and they're doing the report, you lied to them, correct?
yes.
You did. And that's supposed to inure to your benefit as being forthright
I understand.
and accepting responsibility. Okay. Well, it's not a good thing. When was this plea taken?
June 23rd of 2025.
All right. Let me get to it. Let's get this done. You're gonna have to fix. We're fixing all this today because you entered a plea of guilty to the indictment here on uh, June 23rd. And then thereafter, the pre-sentence report is prepared. And then the pre-sentence report, your version, where the red asterisks are completely opposite what you pleaded guilty to.
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to fix that.
Yes, sir.
What did you do wrong here?
I pulled my penis out in the middle of playing hide and seek.
That's all you did?
Yes, sir.
Uh, what are you asking for here?
Judge, I was asking, I know that it's a bad crime, but I was asking if you could get that treatment while on probation. I know that in the probation department, that's a very high successful rate. People complain if he gets those programs, that's gonna help him out a lot. That he wouldn't say he was at TVCJ.
You knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
What state?
We're asking for 5 years.
What would you like to say? Anything else? So,
I just ask that you just give me the chance to prove my work, to prove that I can get better, to prove that I can be a different person. Without being able to prove it, it'll never be known. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking to at least give me a chance.
would you agree that indecency with a child or sexual assault of a child, indecency with a child harms a child?
Yes, sir.
And this child was 10 years old, correct?
She was 9.
Says his 10-year-old daughter. She must have turned 10?
Yes. Yes. She turned 10, but she was 9 when that occurred.
Okay. So she was 9 at the time of the event. What we're saying,
Yes. It's in the pre-sentence report
March.
too.
March 1st. Well,
It's in the
it
third.
doesn't say her date of birth. That's so. Do you know what her date of birth is? You don't. Okay.
It's June 9th of 2013. She would have just turned 10 when it was reported.
Okay. That's what happened in the interim from the event to the time it was turned in. She turned, so she was 9. All right. You agree, children are harmed
Yes, sir.
when this happens. And the only problem is when do they get over this harmed? Never. It's always in the back of their mind. It's always haunting. That's why adults have a very special responsibility not to harm a child, because that sends them in a direction that's not their fault. The child, it is serious harm. That's why you never, never, never hurt a child, and because they carry with that. It's always in the back of their mind, even when they're elderly people. It's an event that haunts them, and that's why you don't want to cross that road, because you can't undo the harm to a child. Can't erase it from the memory. So it's there. In this particular case, Mr. Johnson, you pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty.
Yes, sir.
There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this second-degree felony. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 4 years. You will be given credit for time you have served. I'm looking at 550 days. So you may have already, been satisfied with this time that has been served. The one thing that this court always stands for is helping victims try to repair the harm to them, as well as making sure that defendants are treated fairly. You were looking at up to 10 years in prison for this, up to 10 years in prison. And the legislature felt there's circumstances where 10 years in prison is appropriate for indecency with a child by exposure. A child should not have to go through life recalling in their memory, because they do, and their childhood, that their childhood was harmed by this terrible event that they can't undo. You can't undo the harm. It's there forever. That's why it's important you not harm the child. And that's why when people do harm children, they pay a price that's steep. You're going to, with this conviction, you have the responsibility of also registering as a sex offender. And the sex offender registration is before the court as well. And it looks like all parties have signed it. And you must realize that you have a reportable conviction to register in the sex offender registration program. You have signed this. This begins this registration that you're going to have to follow. And I can't tell you if it's life or if it's 10 years.
10 years
It's
for
10 years.
exposure.
So failure to comply properly with the registration program is a criminal offense that can result in prosecution. So you have to make sure that you register. You are registered during this next decade. If you move to another state that has similar reporting requirements for sex offenders, you must register in that state. Failing to do so can result in you being charged with a criminal offense. Do you understand your responsibilities here, sir? All right. Anything else on this?
That's it.
All right, anything from the state?
Nope, Your Honor.
That is all. Thank you.